Hey, everybody, here we are on a Thursday. Time for a Home of Economy podcast. Wade Pearson with Home of Economy here today. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, we're going to get rolling here. This, Wade, to me, is probably my favorite time of the year to be walking around in Home of Economy. I was walking around in there again last night, and I don't know what, springtime, I don't know what it is about spring and Home of Economy, but it gets me rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just fun seeing all the new products out there. The new lawn and garden is a big thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And the grilling. So it's.
And I was also going to mention you were wearing a North Dakota, and excuse me if I'm politically incorrect, but you're wearing a North Dakota Fighting Sioux shirt.
Yeah,
you look pretty good today.
Yeah, well, thanks. I'm going to Al Pearson's or Gus's memorial service today at the Ralph. And,
what a heck of a guy.
Yeah, he's no relation, but often asked that. But he was an alumni from our fraternity, so I've known him since he was real active, and gave a lot of leadership back when I was in college. So,
well, my next
it's 40 years ago. So
yeah, my next question was going to be, are you Canadian?
No. Well, all North Dakotan are.
You know that the Ralph is going to be packed today. Al Pearson was one heck of a guy, and he's going to be surely missed. And our thoughts and prayers are going with Joanna and the rest of his family. So, a lot of things going on at Home of Economy. There's always something fun going on at Home of Economy. I did notice when I was in there yesterday, I mean, where do I start? But the greenhouse going up, Tim Shays, I can see they're working on that now.
Yep, that's always exciting. We don't, we just get a little bit of rent from them, but it's great for us. We get a real good operator in there. It brings people into the parking lot. And so it's kind of exciting to see. And, finally, I mean, usually it's May 1st.
Yeah,
and what is it, the 11th today?
Yeah. Oh, boy, I know. Fishing openers coming up this weekend.
Ice just went out on my lake, so I've been watching on I've got a camera I can look on my phone. And
sure.
3 days ago I had ice, and now it looks clear. So.
Well, I was telling you, I mowed yesterday, actually, and I still had a little bit of snow in one chunk of my property, but I had to mow, because if I didn't and we get this rain, it's going to be so long, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another thing, Wade, that we were talking about before we went on the air here, I was telling you my pocket gopher story from this weekend. I finally got, it was all out war. It really was. And he made me look really dumb for quite a while.
Is this like Caddyshack?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of. You've got this Gopher Hawk kit. Provides all the effective tools to eliminate pests quickly. Have you got to try this? Have you seen it in action?
I bought one on Friday, and then we had the rain, and so I didn't get it in because I got these dang gopher holes popping up. And
yep. Oh, yeah.
I hate to run over them with the mower, and but I didn't get a chance to use it. But we got a video running in the department. It's really sold quite a few of them.
I don't mean to be that guy, but does it kill them in a humane way or a slow, painful death?
I do care. I mean, you want the slow, painful. No. It looks like a regular trap when it does spring. You can watch the video and it just all collapses or whatever.
Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, I do want them to die quick and humane, but boy, when I was in that fight with that thing, I wasn't saying it that way. One thing I did not know, I own a lot of Carhartt clothing. I did not know they made scrubs.
Yeah, it's we just brought it in. It's a new line. They've had it for quite a while, and we've been looking at it for a while, and we finally decided to give it a try. There's a ton of people in the healthcare industry.
Oh, heck yeah.
And other people wear scrubs. And
sure.
We just had a daughter of an employee, and she runs a housekeeping in one of the hotels in town. They wear scrubs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of exciting. And
supposedly comfortable.
Yeah.
They look comfortable.
Yeah, it's like wearing your pajamas, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Scrubs and Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the best of all worlds right there. What are these DeWalt soft storage items?
Oh, well, we just got a new line of DeWalt branded. It's tool belts, and you got the
like the tool bag
tool
type
bags.
things?
Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of real popular to bring on the job site, and then they have backpacks that look pretty good. So,
okay.
And I think they're padded for the computers. It looks like so.
Sure.
Kind of a brand new line. So
yeah.
Those are kind of the new stuff that's just popped out at me. You always got to bring in new stuff.
Right. Right.
And even I just this morning had a meeting with the Carhartt sales rep.
Oh.
And we're looking at the spring line next year. So spring barely started here,
yeah,
and we're looking next year. Like our buyer for that stuff. I mean, it's you got to think differently because he's got to try to project
right.
on some of the stuff. You got to commit now,
Or you're not
and
going to get it.
You're not going to get it by the time the production goes
Right.
through. So.
We usually, when you're in here for these Home of Economy podcasts, we talk about things that are new and things that are upcoming. But let's go back a little bit here. You have the Indoor Racer Showcase.
Yeah, I really want to thank you for your help in that.
It's a blast.
I talked to Alan, and he said that you gave him a lot of advice on who to invite and everything. And it's great having you there at the event. And because you're so involved with the racing and you know everybody and you do the announcing. So,
It was fun.
Being a racing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of us here from Grand Forks Best Source, we had a blast going there. There was a lot of people.
Oh, that was the best one yet. I mean, it's
where we were set up, the line at one time for the food, and we'll talk about the Central Wrestling team, but the food, it was even with the front door for a while. That really. Line was. And that's just the food. I mean, there was a couple hour stretch there where you couldn't hardly walk in that place. It was so full. But it was really good to see Grand Forks Central Wrestling Team raise like $2,000.
Yeah,
and they were busy. They were busy.
And they're great kids. I was talking to the assistant coach yesterday when we did the presentation, and he goes, "Well, it's also really nice that the public kind of gets to meet these guys because you see that they're just." Nice kids, and they're hardworking and whatever. So it puts a face, and in this town, it's a hockey town. So he really appreciated that and appreciated the sport. And it's great for us because we don't have the manpower anymore to run those things by ourselves.
Right.
So it's definitely a win-win. I mean,
and it worked for us too because I talking with Coach Litzinger, and he'd actually ended up coming on with one of his wrestlers or two of his wrestlers on our sports show.
Oh, great.
And so we talked to him. He had asked me about it at the Indoor Racer Showcase. So I thought that was pretty cool. We killed a whole bunch of birds with one stone there.
Yeah. And then we had some vendors there. And, did you get any of that Beers barbecue?
Oh, yes, I sure
stuff?
did.
They had samples there.
Yep. I'm still blown away that their people's last name is Beer.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's like a dream name for me.
I didn't know that they were local. I mean, they're from the Bemidji area.
Yep.
And I never knew that, in which, I mean, that's a preference because I've seen them, in the grocery store and whatever. But we're gonna be trying to work with them a lot more because they were really happy and
good.
They brought a lot of interest to that, and we're gonna be doing a promotion on that next month. And
nice, and it was tasty.
They did a great job, and we really sold it. And then we had the Bully Brew coffee guys there. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Sioux, so they offered me some of the Hawk blend, and I said, no, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys. No hard feelings, but I'll take the other kinds.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to the 6th annual next year Indoor Racer Showcase. I think it's going to be a blast. When we talk about all this food and barbecue and all that, food trucks are pretty common at Home of Economy all summer long, and I'm sure you're going to have Skips there and anything else going on.
Skip's Gourmet Grub is going to start coming out Tuesday through Thursday as his regular schedule starting next week, which is real exciting for us. Particularly, it's great for people that work there because they, now with our snack bar closed again, the Black Widow food people, they went back to Texas. So now we don't have food for the employees, but it's great for us, and Skip will be there. And I think the only time he's not there if he has another event, because if he gets asked to do an auction, then he's got 1,000 people captive to him, so that's much better for him, which no problem. But watch our Facebook to see what's going on there. And then we were excited that Ufta Tacos is coming May 24th through the 26th. I think it's the first time they've been coming to us.
Yep.
And
Ufta Tacos was created by a French Canadian Indian.
Well, of course. only makes sense.
Oofta taco trivia right here.
Yeah, and there's more than one because
Yeah.
driving to the lake, in Bagley, I see them once in a while.
Yeah,
And if I haven't eaten, I'll stop and grab it. But it's a different
Yeah, because
outfit.
I think they originally came out of Brooks, Minnesota, is where it
really?
was started. Yep. Yeah, by I believe Piranhos were the ones that started. Anyway, we hunt there, so I know all
Yeah.
those people. But Oofta Taco's going to be there. You're going to get steers there too?
Yeah, I guess Mondays at the week after next is what I understand is when they're going to start doing that. So that's I haven't been to their restaurant. Totally different cuisine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Nodak, and so I'm pretty
But
pretty generic. But you got to be willing to try stuff.
yeah, and you're probably a lot like I am. I know I'll go to places, and a lot of the times I'll order the same thing just because I like it.
That's me.
Yeah, but
one restaurant, one dish. If I want something else, I'd go somewhere else.
exactly, and it drives my wife nuts. It drives her nuts.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm also the guy. I'm a good eater. I'll eat anything.
Really?
I
You
like
look it. You
all
look
foods.
it, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I eat well. The only things I won't eat are I'm allergic to a few things, but I'm willing to try anything too, just like you. I love food. I was talking about, spring is here. I basically was messing around yesterday and ended up mowing my 6 acres. I didn't want to.
Wow.
And then I ended up going to Home of Economy. And of course, I ran into Scott and I told him, he says, "You going to bring your mower in?" And I said, "Well, I used it today." And he's like, "What?" And I said, I had to mow. But I know that the lawnmowers, because I went through there yesterday, they got to be going fast.
Yeah.
People are just getting ready to start mowing now, and I'm sure it's just going to be a blitz.
Well, we went from nothing to I'm in the same same shape as you. I mean, we got to start mowing this week.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we got areas that used to be pasture, and it's super fertile soil now for obvious reasons. And if you don't keep it mowed, it's like you can't get the mower through it.
No, and then it's just junk after that.
Yeah.
You end up with windrows, and then you end up with mice and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Thought it was kind of funny. You were asked this morning if you knew any good places to bring your mower in to get the blades sharpened.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't listen to this show because every show we bring up Scotty and the small engine because he's such an asset for us.
Oh God, and he does great work. And he told me he's swamped.
Yeah.
He said, but call. He said, just call. He goes,
yeah.
We'll work something out. We'll get you going. So
yeah, he does his best to help everybody. And I know back in the day, and before we had a small engine guy, and it was like you brought your mower in May, and it was like the 4th of July before you saw it.
Right.
And that was at Strindon's Hardware here in the mall. Mm-hmm. I remember doing that there way back when.
Yep, I know my stuff gets done really quick when I bring it over to Home of Economy. Now, the cordless lawn and garden stuff, it's really taken off.
Oh, absolutely.
It almost makes me want to move into town.
Well, I mean, I'm a gas guy. I live in the country too, so we got the big gas mowers and all that. But I'll never buy another gas string trimmer. It's such a pain in the butt
absolutely.
to start. Mm-hmm. And that's definitely the blower. You don't have to mess with. I had one, a home light, and it was just didn't start. I do a lot of chainsaw, so and I've got a lot of junk trees, and I'm always cleaning up. So I still need to have gas there. But if I had less, I mean, I definitely consider being cordless on that, battery powered. It's stuff you don't use a lot, and the battery, like the string trimmer, back to that. I never run out of battery. Put a fresh battery on there and just clean up a little bit, and I only do that, a couple times a month.
Yeah,
and it's quiet and it's easy. So that's definitely the way. DeWalt has really been big on that for a while here. We've really expanded we've had the Milwaukee brand stuff, and we have it, but we really expanded it. But they're a little late shipping.
Yeah.
They're a great company too, and they're dealing with a lot of growth. But this seemed to have caught them up somehow, and maybe because we probably ordered it in later in the year, and they got swamped.
Yep. I can use my DeWalt cordless trimmer or weed whacker, whatever you want to call it, and get pretty much everything done with one battery.
Yep.
But now if I take that battery and put it in the blower, that goes through them a little bit quicker. So I need to stop in and get myself another battery.
Oh, we have a really good deal on the, it's on the 2 amp battery, the smaller ones. Mm-hmm. but they're basically half off. I bought 2 of them myself
Oh.
just because you can never have enough
No.
batteries.
One thing I did notice too, Wade, when I was driving or walking through there yesterday, those Cub Cadet mowers, boy, they're sharp looking. They are sharp. I mean, they catch your eye like, wow, that is really badass looking.
Yeah, and I just love the color.
Yeah.
And, it's not a reason why I'd buy a lawnmower.
No,
but
because it looks cool.
yeah, but they're really good mowers, and they've really done great for us. I mean, it's changed. We've only had them 4 or 5 years probably, and really changed our power equipment business. I mean, just skyrocketed from there. I mean, I've got 2 of the ZTRs, the 50-inch wide. So, and we could never sell a zero turn before that. We just had no success, and now it's half the business.
Right, and the Hondas always make good stuff.
That's great stuff, and they're real reliable and everything. They are discontinuing the mowers, so if you don't buy them this year, they might not be available.
Wow,
so.
you get such a good motor with those. When you talk about the zero turn, I was a tractor guy forever too, but I keep planting trees, and every time I plant a tree, I think to myself, what the hell am I driving a tractor mower for? So I ended up getting a zero turn. All right, I think there's our guest out there, Paul, but I don't know if he might still be still walking. Another thing too, for the first time in years, we're putting back in a vegetable garden. And I've got it all ready to go. It's just I got to start seeding it. But you guys have a very large selection of garden seed, your chemicals, all that kind of stuff at Home of Economy.
Yeah, we try to have the complete setup and have a real great price on it too. So the whole thing. But the other thing we really excel at is the grass seed, and it's really taken off in the last 10 days here or so. But we sell a local product, Rivards.
Oh, sure.
And great company, great guys. I mean, they're,
Oh, yeah.
they work with us. And, we have 24 feet of grass seed there.
Oh,
the big bags are not it doesn't weigh that much. So
right.
Normally I'd think that was a 50-pound bag, but it's big.
Yeah. And buyer beware when it comes to grass seed too. You want to get the local stuff like you're talking about, because I've spent money on grass seed before that was junk.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, okay, I'm going to save myself $5 on a bag of grass. Don't do that. We talked about Milwaukee, great outdoor cordless stuff along with the DeWalt, but you also mentioned chainsawing. When I was out mowing yesterday on the back 40, I call it, the old driving range, I've got a couple of trees that went down. I've got to go take care of them. They were dead, but I've probably got 2 cords of wood sitting there. But that's another thing. I went and picked up my chainsaw at Home of Economy, and I love it. I don't have a steel. I got a Husqvarna, but
that's what
I wish I had a steel because they are so cool. But I like my Husqvarna too.
Yep. Yeah, we don't have gas-powered steel in all the stores there. They're kind of restrictive on where they go. We're hoping to get that, in the not-too-distant future. But the steel stuff is really good. And the battery-powered stuff, I mean, them and Milwaukee both are trying to actually replace the heavy-duty professional, offered to the professional people. So they have, the landscapers, and, because of the noise or whatever, and, cost of operating. So they're investing in that. And with the steel, it's definitely got to be a little higher-end user. Because, when I went to buy a string trimmer, the only batteries I had was, for the DeWalt.
Yeah.
Well, so obviously I bought the DeWalt. Now I've got some Milwaukee, but you got to have the right stuff.
Right. And if you're thinking now about getting into the cordless stuff right now, until June 18th, you have got great deals on steel stuff. The lightweight cordless trimmer, a couple of different ones, $50 off, brush cutters, straight shaft trimmer, pole pruner, 10 and 12. You got the lightweight grass and weed trimmer, the handheld gas blower, the pole pruners and trimmers. That's a game changer for me.
Lineup.
I've got one. Yep. So all that stuff you can save on.
Yeah, you really, when you get a pole pruner, like the little, remote chainsaw, You can't believe how you got along without it.
Oh gosh, I know. And I've got pine trees where you got to try to get in and trim towards the bottom, and you always end up looking like you got in a knife fight with somebody.
Yeah, or
It's kind of
gave a cat a bath.
there you go. It's kind of like where you can sit back from 10 feet away or 8 feet away and take care of that stuff. Document shredding event. Those are big. People put those down in the calendar, and you've actually got a couple of them coming up at Home of Economy.
Yep, was real successful last year. I forget how many, but it greatly exceeded the number. We partner up with the, I can't think of the shredding company here.
DocuShred or something, yeah.
And they wound up doing far more than they expected. But so it's free to the free to the public, and they do have a limit, so they're not doing commercial quantities.
You're not going to bring a pickup load full of stuff.
Yep. So anyway, it's May 24th. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we come on June 5th, we're doing it in Devil's Lake. And that was just where the availability is. But,
Sure.
It's set up right in the parking lot. You just drive up and it's right there. So you don't have to carry it a long ways or anything like that. So it's as easy as can be, free as can be. So, we're not going to pay you to.
Yeah. A couple years ago, you couldn't find ammunition hardly anywhere. You guys have since you're stocked pretty good right now.
Well, we're overstocked.
Yep.
And the industry, you order a lot and you hope you get a little, and then all of a sudden, boom, it all shows up. You're going, well, this is like more than a year's supply, and we don't want to be carrying that much stuff. So
yeah.
So we just went through. We're in the process of setting up to have a big ammunition sale until it's gone. It's really a inventory reduction sale. And some of them we're really marking the product down with, the 380s we're marking down. We get 223, 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson.
And those are, nice common calibers too that we were having trouble finding ammo for.
Oh, you couldn't get it at all, but I think it's an interesting thing. I was back during the 2019, 2020, I'd had a fire, so I was mostly living at the lake. And I'd come back, we never had ammo. And I was kind of mad because the companies weren't shipping us. Well, then I finally looked at the sales, by, within there. I'm going, oh, they're shipping us ammo. We're just selling it before it gets on the shelf.
Right. This doesn't seem like we have any.
Yeah, we were selling way more than we expected or we had before.
Right. It wouldn't be a Home of Economy podcast without talking about grilling and Traegers and all the other good things about grilling. But the Traegers are moving on a Home of Economy.
Well, if you were there last night, you saw that we still weren't fully recovered from this weekend. I mean, it was terrible. I'd like to grill all winter, but I barely got a chance to because of the storms. I didn't get it out there in the last 2 months because of that, March and April garbage. And so everybody now, all of a sudden, people are, ready to get out, and all of a sudden the stuff's really flying out of there. And it's hard to keep up.
You also have Pit Bosch. You always have Weber and Napoleon Grills. But my neighbor, I was having a beverage with my neighbor last night, and he goes,
"What kind?"
Not Bud Light. He goes, I said, I was just at Home of Economy. And he goes, well, did you notice they have a new grill now, and it's a Halo grill. And I said, I kind of did take a peek at it, but tell us about these new Halo grills.
They really have some, it's a new line to us. We just started, and they really started selling great. We just brought them in. And like I said, it hasn't been a great time to sell grills until just this last 10 days when the weather turned.
Right.
But I was about 10 days ago, I was looking, and geez, we'd sold like 24 of them.
Wow.
And we don't have them in all stores yet because it's just on a trial basis. So I was just kind of shocked. But they got some really neat innovations, technology. They've got a pizza oven. It cooks, up to like 900 degrees.
Those are getting really popular now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like, God, do I got have room for another thing? I mean,
well, you can cook a pizza on a Traeger. I've had them, and they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Especially in my old house, it didn't have central air, so I always just cooked it on in the summer, cooked it outside. But the Halo, the one thing that I really kind of want to get is their portable pellet grill, and it will run on the battery pack that comes with.
Oh, nice.
And you get real, I forget the exact details, you can find out, but you get real lifetime on that battery. So even if if you're taking it camping, it's great. You don't have to carry an extension cord, or maybe power's not even available. It's great for tailgating if you do that, but it really looks great. And Traeger makes a one that I always wanted, but I think I kind of like this Halo a little bit better. I just haven't figured out why I need it. But it looks really great, and they make the traditional pellet grills too. So it's pretty exciting.
Rubs and sauces, 15% off all rubs and sauces right now. And we did mention the Beers Black Dog Barbecue that was at the Racers Showcase, and you'll be able to start hopefully finding that at Home of Economy coming up.
Well, we've had it for a long time, but it just kind of sat there.
Okay.
On you've seen our offerings in
You've got
rubs
quite
and
a
sauce,
bit, yes,
more than anybody.
Yep.
And so you have it there. I mean, I bought it off and on, liked it, but it didn't stand out. So just because they're local and they're willing to work with us, we're gonna bump up that offering and have it a little bit more obvious to buy.
Cool, nice,
and bring it out. They've had a following in this side of the state, but it didn't look like they had been out in the western part. So we're going to create some awareness, and I think it's going to be really good.
Another thing that's very popular now, the Blackstone griddles, and you have got all kinds of great sales going on the Blackstones until today.
Oh,
so yeah, go there now.
Yeah, go there. But we have a lot of the Blackstone stuff. The Halo makes a griddle, real nice, and it's got like 8 zones you can use. Traeger's got a new one that's actually sold pretty well to start with. It's got more technology in it. That one, Traeger and the Halo are also propane. They're not trying to do They're not trying to do a pellet thing.
Yeah. You guys got utility trailers back in stock too. In fact, my wife keeps telling me I should probably get one, and I've been looking, so I might have to go do a little looking there too.
You gotta have one.
I know.
It's like mowers or whatever. It's like just
more, and even hauling stuff around the yard. I can hook it up to my 4-wheeler. I got a regular 2-inch hitch. Just hook it up to the 4-wheeler, and I can go cut wood, do whatever I need to do. Big weekend.
Work smarter, not harder.
There you go. Hire somebody. Big weekend coming up. Mother's Day, of course, is on Sunday, and you've got a Mother's Day sale going on, actually to the 18th. But great sale there too, and you'll find that in one of your flyers. But White Mountain and Sunset Puzzles, Melissa and Doug
puzzles,
Toys.
We do a great job with puzzles.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you guys have a ton of them too.
Yeah.
But Melissa and Doug Toys, women's short sleeve shirts or tanks, women's sandals, ugly tea kit tins. A lot of great gift ideas there for mom.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. And then they threw marketing through those DeWalt batteries in the handbill too for that Mother's Day. And I'm going, well, mom needs some DeWalt battery.
Yeah, that gives me a brilliant idea. Here, honey, happy Mother's Day
for my drill.
Yeah. You got some new products. What's Naxa?
It's just it's an electronics company. We're just kind of dipping our toe into this electronics company. They got a bunch of kind of cool stuff. They got a dash cam for $20 on regular price, which I bought one. I haven't set it up.
More and more people are using them.
Why I needed it, I don't know, but for $20 I did it. I'm one of those guys. So they've got some party speakers where you can use them outside if you're have an event or out on your deck or something.
Yeah.
Or they've got some of that stuff. A lot of really neat kind of toys and whatever. So at Mother's Day, maybe it's worth looking at and see what we have. So we got it in a couple of different places in the store.
Sure. You also got the 7-inch keyboard for the Android 11 tablets, the universal FM transmitter, car adapter, an MP3 player with Bluetooth, digital alarm clock, radio, CD player, 3-in-1 smart wireless charging systems. All the new technology, it's all there. And one more thing before we wrap it up, 50% off selected toys.
Yeah.
We've pretty much hit everything at Home of Economy because you have almost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about food to ammo to kids' toys to Mother's Day gifts.
Yeah.
And
Well, we didn't talk furniture. We do have our
Oh, yeah.
traditional Memorial Day sale coming up here. So, don't be afraid to stop in and do some. I mean, that's really typical in these weekend events. People come in, they kind of make up their mind and talk to the salesman. They got it all ready to go for when the day comes. So, and furniture, we should probably get Jason back on here. That was the best podcast, you've done for us.
Yeah, and
I and my brother weren't on it, so
just stepped it up a notch.
But anyway, so we, so you can look at there and spend some time with them now when they're not busy, and look at special orders or custom orders, we call it, and really get what you want to do it, because our sale prices are good on custom orders too. So
and the Amish Furniture Gallery, I mean, some of the best furniture, we've got a bunch of it. This isn't your IKEA crap.
No.
This isn't pressboard junk.
Yep,
this is the real stuff, and you will absolutely love it. And your sales staff there in that department are incredible.
Yep, and the made in Ohio for the most part, the wood stuff anyway. And great. We've been out there, and they've great people.
Did we miss anything?
We covered a lot here. I mean, we did. Just bang, bang, bang. I never.
This 32 minutes went really quick.
Yeah,
actually.
Our person put together the agenda. She really loaded it.
Oh, and the thing is go walk through the store, because you're going to see all this stuff we talked about, and then you're going to go, oh, I didn't notice. Oh, and look at what they had. I don't ever bring my wife with me anymore, because I'm going to say, okay, I'm just going to get this and that. And she goes, okay, I'm just going to go. Right where she's going to is the Amish furniture area, and she's going to go look in there. And it's like, anyway, get to Home of Economy. There's always something fun going on at Home of Economy. I don't know when we'll see you again. Hopefully soon, but enjoy your lake time while you get the chance. And I'm sure we'll run into you at the store here pretty soon, too.
Yeah, sure thing.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
Yep, thank you.
All right, there you go. Another Home of Economy podcast in the books. Thanks, Wade, for coming in. Go check it out. It's my favorite store in Grand Forks, hands down, Home of Economy.